Hey there, Soulshine. It's Michelle here, and I am inviting you to wake up and live. Ow, I was going to change that. And T starts. What? It just told me my connection was unstable. How in the world? Okay, I'm on Wi-Fi. How bad can it be? So today we're going to talk a little bit about some mindset, and one of the challenges that we have, especially those of us who are very prone to honesty. Those of us that it's not just even about being telling the truth, it's about authenticity, and it's really hard for us to say things that we don't believe. It's hard for us to do things if we don't believe it or agree with it, right? So what do? We're here trying to take on our new beliefs. We're trying to believe that we're amazing and that we're wonderful and that we've got all that it takes and that my YouTube channel is growing. We struggle with that. It's really hard to say I have over 100 YouTube subscribers when I just looked and I had 84. This is like an integrity thing for me. Okay, so what do we do with that? I've got some ideas. Yes, I do. Okay, so when we have a new belief that we want to take on, one of the things that we can say is, I want that to be true. That is one of the first steps. I want that to be true. Now, sometimes we don't want something to be true because there's a part of us that we're like, no, if that's true, then too much will be expected of me. And so we may not actually want it to be true. So that may even be a stretch. And that's okay. We've got tools anyway. We still have other things that we can say and do to make it possible. But you may say that you are trying to take on the belief that you are beautiful, which of course you are. And you start by looking in the mirror and you're like, I just can't see it. I cannot see it at all. How am I supposed to say this when I don't even feel it? Luckily for me, it's been over 5 years since I looked in the mirror and felt that way. Yay. But it used to be my way of living for 40 years. That's how I was. So one of the things that we can say when we're looking there and we don't believe it is that I want to believe it's true. I want to see myself this way. I choose to hope it's true. Could also be another thing. But because I happen to love questions, I have a couple of questions for you that are actually much more powerful than even saying, I hope it's true or I want it to be true. Okay? So one question is asking, I have had like this has been gathering all day today and I still feel like it's all disconnected. So one of the questions is, what if? What if I wanted it to be true? Sometimes, there's part of us. What if I wanted it to be true? That may bring up some stuff for you as to why you don't want it to be true. And yay for that, because then you can take care of it, right? You can be like, yes, that's a lie. I know that's a lie. And you can just flick it away. There's tools that you can use. It's pretty powerful. So what if I want it to be true? What if I want to trust that I know exactly how to explain what it is I want to explain today? What if? Why might it be true? That is my favorite question I've thought of today. If you're looking in the mirror and you want to believe that you're beautiful and you just can't do it, ask yourself, why might it be true? Because sometimes asking the why question, why am I beautiful, if you're not close to having that as your truth, you may be completely rejecting it even at that. There are some times when I ask an affirmation that every time I ask why, I am getting told flat up, it's not true. Don't even go there. I can't even find within myself anything to validate why it would be true. This is in other subjects. It's definitely not about my beauty, because I definitely, when I ask why am I beautiful, it's like, holy cow, the list comes out. And I'm like, yes, it's awesome. It is so good to feel that way about myself. So sometimes asking why am I what we want to be brings up a lot of negative stuff. So a way to get around that and to start bringing in some of that proof that we're looking for is, why might I be? Why might I be beautiful? Or why might I have a growing YouTube channel? Or why might I have the confidence that I seek? And as we ask, why might I? Then our brain can start to look at some of the reasons why maybe, just maybe, it could be true. Maybe it could be true. So if it were true, what would the answer be? If it were true that my channel is growing, what would that look like? There's a lot of questions you can ask. And the idea is to acknowledge that you need to be truthful. Sometimes saying those affirmations feels like a bold-faced lie. And if you're like me, that makes every fiber of your being cringe. I don't lie. Honesty is so important to me. Telling the truth is so important to me. Sometimes to the point where I either have to run from the situation so that I don't say something, or I've gotten in trouble for being too honest. So when I say something that doesn't feel true, my whole being it's one of the worst feelings ever. If you're having that worst feeling ever, you're definitely not bringing that into your being. In fact, you're doing the opposite. You're pushing it away. You cannot become something if you have such negative feelings about it. And it's not that I have a negative feeling about that behavior as much as the lies sometimes, but that negative feeling's still there. So why might it be true? Why is it possible? Why is it possible? I hope that there was some clarity in here. I hope that there was some nugget, a shiny nugget of truth that you can sense and that you can feel and that you can apply in your life. A little tool or a tip that you could be like, oh, I could totally use that. Why is it possible? Why is it possible that your purpose is easy? Why is it possible that just maybe shining is pretty easy? Why is it possible? Why is it possible? What if and why? So that's what I have to share with you today. Thank you for watching. And if you think of somebody who might benefit from this message, let them know about it. Invite them to watch. Just a way to maybe begin to accept what you already know about them. You already know that they're incredible people. You already know that they're amazing and that they're worthwhile. So maybe, just maybe, even you could just ask them, if it were possible that this were true, why would that be? Just kind of ask them different questions. Instead of going directly at this thing that feels like a lie to them, start asking ifs and maybes and see what happens. Remember, my beautiful, wonderful friends, to let your soul shine big, bright, light, and beautiful. Be the wonderful, incredible, and brilliant you that you were created to be. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.